Welcome back to Super Sentai Review, episode 316. Before I continue tonight, I was playing new case closed Saga Titan, but because I'm getting so close to finishing up Go Busters, that I decided just to hold off on that for a couple days. I might get a chance to watch case closed tomorrow, and as for Attack on Titan, at this point, I probably watch it Saturday. Yes, I have plenty of time. It's not like they're releasing new content for Attack on Titan, but I think Saturday would be a good choice to watch it. So, in the case of this one, we're first discussing their team-up movie with Gokaiger. Yep. The movie starts out with a flying space pirate ship arriving on Earth and firing on buildings. And then we see these mysterious-looking pirates, who turn out to be the Gokaiger, who end up attacking the Go Busters. Now, I should point out, though, apparently the Gokaiger do not know the fact that when they were dealing with basically stuff with Gavin, Joker tried to rob them of their keys. And he was stopped from this by the Go Busters, which for some reason this movie does not bring that up. I don't know why, but... So, they attack them, and all of a sudden, Guy shows up wondering, why the heck we have two Sentai things fighting each other for? And so, apparently the plan was like, oh, let's just get these mythical Ranger keys. What the heck these things are? They don't reveal what the heck these are until like later on in the movie. And apparently they've already captured about 4 of them already. And about to find the last one on Earth. And apparently, and so we have Inter here working with the nephew of War's Guild, the Emperor of the Zankiak. Well, this is Bracco's Guild is his nephew. And yes, the idiot that was basically the War's Guild's son is his cousin. Even he acknowledged the fact that basically War's Guild's son was a complete idiot. Also, he's seen drinking rum a lot. For basically an emperor of... And so, then they revealed that apparently they decided to attack the Zankiak homeworld, which they were defeated. And the reason why, because they gave her the Ranger keys. So their weak team without the Ranger keys, I thought this was kind of weird. You would think, the fact that they would be able to get copies of these keys, so they can still use the power, presumably. And then we have it where Guy has gotten the keys to the Time Ranger, to Time Ranger. We also see, I kid you not, we actually see Sun Vulcan here, along with, Hurricaneger, the other Rangers, of course. So then all of a sudden, they get the last key, and then Enter tries to use it, and then all of a sudden a portal opens up, sending all the Gokaiger to the past, along with Blue Buster's Buddy Bot. And also, Yoko goes back in time too. With Juicy. Yep. So, who's in the present? Why, Red Buster, Blue Buster, and their Buddy Bots. Oh, and Navi's here. Yeah, they find Navi, and they bring him to their headquarters, and put him in a cage, and they put him in chains. He's like, why did you do this before? Yes, I thought this was kind of funny. So, then they fairly, okay, then we have it where Yoko runs the Guy in the past, which, they're apparently 250 years in the past, and he's like, oh, I know how I will get back in the past. And then we see in present day where the former head of the Shiba House from Shuriken shows up. Yes. The daughter of the previous lord, she shows up here. The one who is now the current adopted mother of the current Shuriken Red. Yes, she shows up here to deliver a scroll. And here's something said about this particular movie when it comes to her. This is her final appearance in Sentai. She never returns after this. Don't know why. Her previous appearance was actually in Gokaiger. Now, I gotta hit the guy. his Super Sentai knowledge actually works. And the fact that they're in the Edo period and the Shibika was actually active this period of time, smart on his part. So, they find out that the various Rangers are in different time periods. Excuse me. So, we have it where Yoko, Guy, and Juicy are in Edo, Japan. Don and Akia, the pink Gokaiger, are in, get this, they're in England. Yes, they're in England in the 17th century. And, well, blue and yellow, they're off someplace else with one of the villains in the movie. Yeah, so they need to go back in time to retrieve everybody to get back to the present, which will retrieve also the mythological keys. So they do this thanks to copying the technology that from Guy's personal Zord, which was made by Time Ranger. Yep. So they sent all their machines back in time. So they go retrieve everybody. And of course also here's a weird thing. Marvelous is in 2005. Yes, he's in 2005, and there's a cameo by a character from Abba Ranger here, and I'll be getting back to that later on. Don't worry, and that's actually a hint of something later. So they fight in 05 for reasons, and this is like a year after the events of Abba Ranger concluded. Yes, this is like 1 year later. And we have Marvel's eating at a Dino Curry. From what I read, this was a setting in Abba Ranger, which, like I mentioned, getting back to that. I'll get back to that to be continued with that one. So, they eventually have most things back to present, except for the ones in Edo, Japan, which Enter brings in Epsilon, tries to stop them, and then they get back to present day, but then the Buddy Bots, while they were actually getting shot by, the Zord shot by Enter, and all three get damaged, and then they have to get repaired, and then they lose their memories. And a lot of the time, basically, where they're trying to get memories back, eventually they do. Yeah, they do, and of course we have the wonderful, where this is something a bit unusual for this series, where they usually don't do this. This is the first, and it's probably going to be the only time we see it for Go Busters. We have basically a blue screen effect for their morphing sequence, because most of the morphing is like, they just turn a thing, and it says, it's morphin' time. And it tells the visor says, let's morph it. And it's done all in the real world. Here, it's basically done via blue screen. Show everybody who they are, and even the Gokaiger. Always great to see that, because Gokaiger got really cool outfits. I love Gokaiger. So they battle the villains, and of course they go various different forms here. Like I mentioned, some Vulcan. I think they also with 5. Maybe at one point they have all 5. They even have I kid you not, we even have an all red team. Something we don't see very much. Yeah, so the Gokai changes. Marvelous does Gogo Red, Time Red, Shuriken Red, Vol Eagle, and Denzi Red. Blue does Gogo Blue. Yeah, basically they do the whole Gogo 5. Yeah, that's actually when they fight the Go Busters. They do Time Blue, Vol Shark, Dyna Red. Yellow is, Go Yellow, Time Yellow, Vol Panther, Geki Red. Gokai Green, Don, he does Gogo Black, Time Green, Kabuto Ranger, and Fire. Kabuto, I believe, was the red one, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Gogo Pink, Time Pink, Power Ranger, Magi Red. Guy does Shurikenger, Go On Red, and Gold Mode. And I'll get to the other ones. Oh, don't worry about that. I mean, it's great to see these teams again, like Gogo V, Time Ranger, some Vulcan. The Hurricanegers, well, half the team anyways, a Red Ranger team. Yep. And of course they're battling them. And then they use the keys to open a portal to hyperspace. I should point out, though, in the main Go Buster series, hyperspace is still active, but it's not been seen since episode 30. There has probably been mentions of it in the fact it kind of exists, but there's no appearance by hyperspace, except in dream sequences mostly. So then eventually they get the keys back, and eventually now it brings a Gokaiger from the past, which I'm wondering how the heck that affects the timeline. So the keys, after they get their hands on them, they form into buddy bots. By the way, we even see Emilitan, the robot debut in the first Go Busters movie. Yeah, she pops up in 44. I'll get back to that. So, and then the 4 Megazords that we see here, which are the Gokai 1, Guys, Go Buster Ace, Buster Hercules, and Go Buster Lion-O. So the Mythological Ranger keys turned into freaking Megazord keys. And here's they transform into. The Gokaiger one becomes the Bokenja Robo. Yes. Seriously. Daiboken. Yeah, Guys becomes Daijuzin. Yes, as in the Megazord used from Zoo Ranger. Even they're like, oh, it's Zoo Ranger's Daijujin. Awesome. But here's the dumb thing about this. The exterior is definitely that Megazord. The interior is not. It's still the regular Megazord. I'm like, what? Did they not bother to bring out the old cockpits with storage with this thing? Okay. Yeah, Ace, he does three of these. First he becomes the main robot from Geki Ranger, which is basically Junken Gati Geki Tajo. Interesting seeing this again. Flash King. Yes, Flash King from Flashman. Yes, this is a one-off appearance of this thing. Like, I did not expect this thing to pop up again. Yeah, it also becomes Raizo O. Well, I should point out, it becomes the warrior version of this. Yeah, you know, the Thunder Dragon from the Thunder Zord used in My Heart Season 2. As for Go Buster Lion-O, he becomes Gao King from Gao Ranger, even Gao Icarus. I'm like, damn. And we have the special Megazords here. Oh, by the way, before all this happens, Marvelous and Haku basically get dragged off this area and about to be killed by the surrounded. And then someone fires some shots. Is it the Go Busters? Nope. Is it Gokaiger? Nope. It's a Sentai that aired right after this one. The one that was zapped into Dino Charge. That being Kaoruger. Yes, where we see Kaoru Red. By the way, he does not demorph if we don't see him. And we actually see his Zord. Which, this is a little fun fact. I think this was the first time they've actually debuted a Zord as a Easter egg cameo along with the Ranger team. He's like, where's everybody? So then they show up. So apparently Black was on a date. Some like shopping, and it was so funny. And eventually they beat one of the villains in the movie, who is wearing a lair, who looks like God Hades from Magi Ranger. Believe it or not. Yeah, he looks exactly like him, just basically more beefier. It's like they took the head of that particular suit and used the suit from Bokenja combined for this particular character. Yes, so eventually the monster's destroyed, and everyone goes off in their separate ways because Gokaiger realized that, yeah, Earth is in safe hands with the Go Busters, and their series would end nulling after this, basically where it's set anyways. But yeah, this movie was awesome. I love this movie. I thought it was really weird where when we first did Gokaiger, they look like they dress like actual like Golden Age piracy pirates. And then they go back to regular attire, like, not long after. The guy's, like, dealing with dresses normally at first, and he goes to his regular form. I thought that was kind of weird. So apparently the plan was to play along and think that he was going to attack these little range teams. And then he's like, oh, then they gave back the keys anyways. Yeah. This I thought was really weird. Now, if you're thinking, okay, now, in the case of the Gokaiger, this was technically the first appearance they made since the end of their series, which ended like a year prior to this. Yeah. And when would the next time that they would show up again in the franchise? Well, after this movie, no one's seen him again until the Sentai Tension movie, which I've reviewed already. So then after that, they would technically, in a way, only appear a few times after this. After that, they appear like a couple episodes of Zoolager, which I've watched the episodes. Great. I'll read them later. Their movie they had with Ninja Ranger, another Tension movie, and one more movie. Mostly put, it's just 3 movies and 2 episodes in their series left to go for them, and that's it. But what about the other characters in the movie? Well, also there's a brief scene. Excuse me, I mentioned this. Where Enter brings in 3 avatars. One is Escape, obviously. The other is Damaris. And like, wait, are you a ghost? Because he died in Gokaiger. The Kaizoku came toward the end of the series. No, he's just an avatar. Even Brackus is back. Yeah, Bosco is back. Yep. Though he himself is the same actor, clearly. Though, in the case, it's just an avatar. That's most of the point exactly what it is. This is technically the first time he's seen the appearance since he died. He does technically appear 2 more times after this. One movie I'm very much looking forward to reviewing in the future. And that'll be Karu Ranger. Not the Dino one. This is basically, from what I read about this one was loosely adapted for Cosmic Fury. Yeah, versus Space Squad and Zenkender the movie, Red Battle All Sentai Ready. So he has like comparing stuff to go for him, and that's it. Damaris. He, of course, would appear 2 more times. I have seen it. I reviewed the next appearance already over, and I'll probably review this movie again when I get a chance to talk about the Sentai of Now Charge and Zenkender. He did come with 2 appearances, and that's it for him. Yeah. But the case going, so just appear a couple more times after this, and that's mostly it. But oh, by the way, this movie is, like I mentioned, it's Karoshiba. That's basically the woman who's former head of the Shiba clan. This movie was technically her final appearance. She never returned after this. It's like, okay. Yeah, first time she appeared. Apparently, so the reason why she has not returned, because the actress retired. Yep. Though after Shuriken, she pops up in a couple different series. Pops up in Kamen Rider 4Z and X8 for like 1 episode of X8, but if you're curious how old the actress is right now, she's not even 30. She's basically like not even 30 yet. She's like only 29. And she retired. Basically about 7 years ago. She's not acting anymore. She's basically focused on school. Mm-hmm. Which, good for her. But she was great. I think her appearance move was definitely necessary because of the Taichiro aspect, which is really cool. Also, they even have a brief return here by, and this is really weird, Jellicoe. Yeah, this was the first time he appears since Gabin versus Gokaiger. And he appears 1 more time after this in Super Animal War, especially associated with Zoolager. And that would be his final appearance. Yeah, I'm actually quite surprised to bring him back here because, well, it's just kind of weird because this is kind of weird though. So, he debuted in the episode that was a tribute to Car Ranger, shows up again working for a Saba should be an apprentice, and then he marries the guy's mom. And then he pops on 2 movies, and that's it for him. Yeah, it's like, what was the point of this character? I mean, he was in love with the tactician for the Zankiak, and she felt nothing for him, sadly. And they go, wait, you talked about the movie for 20 minutes, like, damn. Well, let's talk about basically those episodes, the final 3 episodes of, well, basically, well, it's episodes 42 to 44 of Go Busters. Yeah. And also, in these 3 episodes, yeah, so episode 42 is the debut of our own personal Megazord, known as Megazord Zeta. And the whole thing about this one is basically trapped on a train. This kind of leads into a really good 2-parter. That the whole thing's on Christmas. Yeah, it's on Christmas. And mostly put in this 2-parter, it's sort of the brief revival of Messiah. And then he's destroyed. Though he's killed using the original show theme song. But you have to watch this 2-parter. It is so good. The whole Christmas aspect of this thing. Sadly, put in this 2-parter, in part 2, we have the final appearance of Red Buster's sister. You're thinking, really? Yeah, 44 is sadly put her final appearance in the series. Yeah, this episode was also the last episode. 44 was also the last time we saw the Bugzords. Yeah, this was basically their final appearance. Yeah, and also, this would be Ematon's last appearance, too. Her only appearance in the main series, which is kind of weird. And supposedly in 44, in 43, they supposedly killed Enter at 43. And because his avatar comes back in the next episode. Yeah. Yeah, Rika. Okay, so she technically did return after this. 2 more episodes, plus a movie. So she's got a few more episodes of experience, but technically, when she returned in 44, this is the first time she appeared since episode 28. Yeah, it had been that long. And plus, I love the whole emotional arc that Red Buster goes through the 2-parter, where he basically fights Messiah to protect his friends, and then of course, Nick, he basically is trying to stop him from being reckless. And eventually he sees reason, thanks to seeing the gift that was given to him by his parents for Christmas, from 13 years from the series. But I love these last 3 episodes. And this is the last of Messiah. Messiah himself would not technically show up again. I mean, the one people know since the previous episode 1. Yeah, 44, he's done. He gets killed off and never returns after this. You're thinking, that's weird. They kill out the main villain, even though there's 6 episodes left. Yeah, this is kind of weird. This is the second time he's died, because he got killed supposedly in episode 30. Then he transformed into cards, 3 episodes later. Then we start with this 12-episode saga, which, most of 11 episodes plus an interlude. And this particular 2-parter wraps up the whole thing with the Messiah cards. Yeah, they're basically all, supposedly they're all gone. Despite one of them has got Jin's date on it. But it is also kind of weird, though. One point before Messiah is destroyed, where 4 out of the 5 Go Busters go back to human form. They get unmorphed. but not juicy for some reason. I'm like, why is it he doesn't get D more, but the other three do? I thought that was weird. Yeah, also he gets a chance to meet Red Buz's sister, and he starts hitting on her because of course he does. Despite the fact he's 13 years older than she is, he's 40 and she's 27. I don't think that basically that Hikaru, he doesn't want this idiot who's clearly an avatar as his future brother-in-law. He does not want this guy as his brother-in-law. Yep. One thing I would think is quite weird about this guy is that he basically dresses very casual. He wears sneakers. Everyone else wears boots. He's like very casual. He just wears like a t-shirt, jacket. Though he takes his genius very seriously, though. Yep. But, yeah. The Messiah Card Saga is done with basically 42 to 44. Next up with the series is the Endgame. Yep. I was doing case closed, but I'm postponing it because I really want to get this done. Yep. I basically was gone for this for a month, and now I'm going to get it done. Okay? So, that's particularly a particular view. So, more Go Busters next. Though, only 3 episodes time, not... Well, we're continuing doing 3 episodes. So, until you see the next video, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do not hit the dislike button, okay? So, bye.